We don't and have chosen not to reside within the same home as co-wives, and our husband has agreed to that as well. It just makes it much easier. It's more comfortable. Now, would I live in a house with my co-wife? Like have a beach house for a week? Yeah, I would. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. First and foremost, for those of you that are new, I'm the initial wife to Coach Nazir. I just want to say that for those of you that are new, because sometimes my awesome co-wife and I do get mixed up. Some people do mix us up, and that's okay. Like I always say in my videos, if I'm going to be mixed up with anybody, let it be her. Now, with that being said, I want to tackle a question that I actually got directly, and it said, Coach Fatimah, how do you deal with public displays of affection, or PDA, whilst or while in polygyny? I don't deal with that. The quick answer would be we don't display affection to Coach Nyla, nor does he do it to us through touch. I like how I did that. You know what? Whatever floats your boat, but I can't undo it. Now, whatever touch means to you, whether it's holding hands, hugging, kissing, sitting on his lap, you're not going to sit on our lap. That's not going to happen. But we don't do that. Now, one tradition that we do have as a family is once we're done offering our salat or our daily prayers together, let's say we're out in the park together, let's say we are traveling together, we all of us, outside of a couple of our bonus, my baby and my bonus baby, they don't hug each other. But after the salat is complete and we have made dhikr and made our du'as made dhikr, we do hug each other and tell each other that we love each other. Now, that's something that we do when we're around each other. Now, whether it's Coach Nyla and I, we're traveling with the children, we do that. We do that with our husband. Our husband does that with our kids. It is something that is a family tradition that we have added long after we have completed our salat. So that's the only time that will happen. And you all have seen it maybe in some of the videos where Coach Nazir will say, I've been married to Coach Fatimah for 26 years. I've been married to Coach Nyla for 11 years. And he'll touch each one of us on our leg, like on our knee, to be, specific so that people know optically who he's talking about, me or my co-wife. Now, with that being said, we don't and have chosen not to reside within the same home as co-wives, and our husband has agreed to that as well. It just makes it much easier. It's more comfortable. Now, would I live in a house with my co-wife? Like have a beach house for a week? Yeah, I would. And leave everybody behind at our respective homes. Yeah, we would take a co-wife vacation. We have, we've stayed together, talked together before and laughed. And it took a long time to get to this point, but we both were very willing to do the work and to do so. And we agreed that everything that we talk about is not anything to do with Coach Nazir. So we like the fact that we can talk about children and being women of color, being entrepreneurs, being daughters, being aunties, being so many different things, and being friends. So we keep that conversation to us, and we still are getting to know each other, and we're still getting to know what one likes and what one doesn't like, what we celebrate, what we wish was better, period. Just whether it's in the world, even if it's just something that's just in the world. And then we have our deep conversations, and they're really awesome because we find growth in the truth. And that is where you'll find the truth sometimes. It'll be sitting right there in growth waiting for you. Now, So public displays of affection can become more difficult when you do live together. Getting back on that, but it can become very difficult when you live in the same residence. You might forget that you're touching your wife in the small of her back in front of your other wife, or if you're placing one wife on your lap and not the other. That can be very taxing. It can be difficult sometimes. If you decided as a family that works for you, then that works for you. But this question was asked specifically to me, so I wanted to answer it in all honesty. And I've seen some men, I've seen them struggle with, touching and not touching, and it becomes more of a task and more of something that becomes a nuisance to try to have to remember, my wife's across it. Nope, don't call her, wait. I have to not say the pet name in front of the other wife, or it's so many different things. There's so many moving parts and so many emotions that can come about or be aroused within wives when those things happen, and oftentimes it falls on the leadership of the husband. He has to be so very careful at, the nice little warm smile and the eyes going, it's so many different things. Because I have seen these things turn out very, very bad if he's doing too much, or if the wives are doing too much. So let's say the wives are together in a room and one is rubbing the husband on the back, or she's touching his shoulders, or she's hugging him, or she's constantly all around him where he finds it even difficult to move in order to maybe make her co-wife feel jealous, maybe, or maybe she just wants a hug. Being appropriate matters. Because when we're inappropriate, there's always blowback. There's always consequences to that. Now, if we're doing a thing and we don't realize it and someone tells us, our co-wife might say, hey, that makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Or our husband says, hey, that makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Let's not do that in public. Let's think about everyone. That's a respected decision, in my opinion. I get that. I understand that. I don't need to prove that I'm married to Coach Nazir in front of Coach Nyla. She knows. She knows that. And I know she's married to him as well. She doesn't need to prove to me by, touching his shoulders and doing all this. And we don't do that to each other because we know how that may feel from one versus the other. So we try to think about everyone involved and everyone's feelings. And if we want things done to us that we want, we don't want something done to us that we might do to somebody else. You got to think about the different perspectives and the different dynamics in polygyny, so that there are no ill feelings or no ill will and no ill intentions. It's all about having these really healthy intentions, because I have to care about my marriage, of course, but I also have to care about the marriage of my friends, and I have to care about the marriage of my co-wife. Her marriage with Coach Nyla has to matter to me. Not to the point where I'm all up in anybody's business. Absolutely not, because I didn't sign up for that class. The class I'm talking about is being respectful of the feelings of others as they're respectful of mine. So that's just, that to me, that's general principle. But for those that are struggling with that, think about how living together may affect one wife, the other. Is everybody kind of agreed upon that? And if you are living together, let's respect the feelings of everyone that is involved in the family, and especially in each respective marriage. Now, I hope that answers your question. I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I know I learn more about me and more about polygyny every time I film one of these, but make sure that you guys are following us on our socials. Let me get on over to that. On IG, we're Outstanding Relationships, and make sure you're following us on Facebook. And remember, now that's Outstanding Personal Relationships. And on YouTube, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get more content, and you're going to be notified every time we film something. So with that, guys, make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'll see you all in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways outstanding personal relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.